Yeah, I'm still wearing it. I rock this look. And more importantly, it seems to be bringing me good luck because Brentford are still doing very, very well. It's been a very busy transfer window. There's plenty to get through. There will be a game today against Brighton. I hope that you're all very, very excited for it. I know that I am. Let's get stuck into it. Signings and sales are plenty, as always. It's the Micromunch transfer merry-go-round. In all fairness, it's literally a different squad every single episode. I just love the wheeling and dealing, but I think this year might be genuinely one of my best ever years in terms of transfers and building a squad. I've never been as excited about a potential squad on FM as I am about this Brentford one, and you'll see why now. So I know a lot of you are going to be really disappointed. Right, we'll kick off with all the sales as always then. There's been a fair amount in this window. Samon Ghoddos has gone. He's gone to Guangzhou for £8 million. You can tell here, didn't really get a fair crack of the whip with me in the Premier League. Maybe we should have trusted him a little bit more because his record in the Championship was very good. Just didn't think he was ready to make that step up, and he's not quite as good as what we've got now in the squad. Rorslev has gone for 1.3 million. We'll get past him quickly because there's no real need to worry about that one. This one's a bit of a balls up on my part. I bought Matty Longstaff for £10 million thinking, yeah, he'll be really, really good. He just never really did it. I think if it was Sean, I'd be a lot more excited. But if you look at it here, over his couple of years with Brentford, just 6.7 for a player at that standard is not really good enough. Do you know what I mean? It's just not quite the level that's required. So I sold him for 8.75 million, made a little bit of a loss on him, but ultimately it's still more money to bring in. Another wonderful signing by yours truly, Roberto Piccoli, who went away out on loan. Had a pretty successful period at Austin FC, but I sold him. I bought him in for 3.5 million, sold him for 9. He's obviously having a very good time out in Al Ain, but you can tell here, never scored for me in the league in 8 appearances. Only 8, you would say, but it's just not really good enough. He looks pretty solid, but he was never really, I don't think, going to be Premier League level. So I think to sell him for £9 million is a pretty decent haul. And the rest really are loans, to be honest. Damari Gray, again, couldn't really get first team football here, so I've loaned him out to Fenerbahce. I think that's a pretty decent deal. It's his value. I mean, I bought him for 2.2 million. I think I'm probably going to end up being able to sell him in the summer, maybe for a bit more. I'm just working the market really well at the moment. This one I did balls up because I literally just bought Per Schurz, and then he complained about not having enough first team football, and then I accidentally promised him I'd send him away on loan, and players are getting tired of me breaking promises, so he's out on loan at Hull, but at least he's one for the future. He is only 23 years old. He will get better, and again, I bought him relatively cheap, so I'm not too worried. He's already having a very good start. You can tell playing at 7.26 for Hull, so hopefully a good season under his belt there will do him the world of good. But now it is on to the ins, and there are 4 signings I have made. 4 signings in January. This guy could be whatever he wants to be. Graham Gebby, which is a brilliant name. Got him in from Motherwell, 17 years old. Look at this boy. Look at him. He's 6'2", just over 12 stone. Physically superb. Mentally is where he excels there. 17 aggression, 20 bravery, 17 determination, 16 work rate. His technicals are good. 14 heading, 13 marking, 13 tackling. On a 17-year-old... ridiculous. He's definitely going to be a bit more of a ball-playing centre-back, I think, as he gets older. 11 dribbling, 9 passing isn't brilliant. But when you look at these attributes here, I mean, I bought him for £6.5 million. I think it's an absolute steal. I really do believe it's an absolute steal. He looks unbelievable. But I am getting a bit of a Scottish flavour into Brentford right now. Ross Mccrory, not Robbie Mccrory, we already had him once. Ross Mccrory, I've bought in from Aberdeen. He obviously got sold to Rangers in this save. Wow. Mentally again, perfect. Great workhorse in the middle of the park. It's got good technicals as well for a defensive midfielder. Very, very good physically. Best thing about him, I bought him for £8 million. And he is going to be very, very useful for me. 24 years old, already a Scottish international, very good player. The 18 determination, 16 leadership, and 16 bravery are one of the reasons why I brought him in, along with stamina and natural fitness, and obviously being a very good, strong midfielder. He can play as a box-to-box, a deep-lying playmaker, and as a ball-winning midfielder. He ticks all the boxes. And now on to my two big signings, if you will, and we'll start with Ethan Ampadu. Always has the potential to be very, very good as Ethan Ampadu, or Ampadu, whatever you want to call it. His attributes are brilliant. He's 6 foot, so he's not the tallest centre-back. Sorry, I've got something in my eyes. They're so good. He's not the tallest centre-back in the world, but when you look at the fact he's only 22, he's already got 41 caps for Wales. His potential abilities through the roof. He's got some really nice mentals, some really good technicals. The 11 heading is the only thing that lets him down. Physically, pretty decent. Could probably be a bit stronger. But he's more of a ball-playing centre-back, which I don't think is too bad. I think he's going to be a natural replacement for Cameron Carter-Vickers once we kind of get him up to speed with the way that we play. Bought him in from Chelsea for £15 million, which I think is a pretty decent sort of amount, really, for him. He's obviously got lots of game experience. He's been to many different places, including Vigo, DC United, so he's had a good taste of football. He can also play maybe as a defensive midfielder or a midfielder, which is maybe where I might end up playing him. But for the time being, I think he's another really good centre-back option to have. But the big one, and I did spend a little bit of money on him, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. And you know I just can't stay away from him. I do this every time. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't know why. I just live by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't know why, especially in this, because he's 27 years old. He's not really a youngster in the save anymore. But I felt as kind of good backup for Armada, because Lanzini is leaving us. Physically incredible. Mentally pretty solid all round. Technically is where he needs to improve a little bit, but I think he's like an attacking player and an attacking midfielder, which is something I don't really have enough of, other than Almada and maybe Torres if you play him out on the wing. I don't really have enough. He's only made 107 appearances in his career. For a guy who's that good, it's criminal. And he's been wasted at Chelsea. He really has. He's been wasted at Chelsea. And I want to give him one last crack at doing really well in the Premier League. And I think this is a club where he can absolutely flourish. Like I said, 12.75 million. It's going to be him and Almada fighting for that shadow striker position. If not, Almada can move up to the left. It's just giving me more options, and we're just building a very, very good squad. And there's a nice British core to it with a lot of kind of good young foreign talent coming through as well. I just really like what we're doing here. And that's not necessarily reflected in our January, but when you look at the teams that we played, is it really any surprise? The only really disappointing, well, two really disappointing results, was losing to Cardiff in the FA Cup third round since the last time which we played Arsenal. That wasn't good, but I played the backup brigade, really. Lost 4-0 at City at home. That was a bit disappointing. I expected a bit better. But then we did do really well against Liverpool. They won it in the last minute, but a 3-2 win at Anfield. Not too bad. Beat Southampton. Beat West Ham 5-1. Drew 0-0 with Sheffield United at home, which was a bit disappointing. But the big one was losing 2-0 away at Watford. That one really hurt and stung a bit because they're not really that good. And that was really frustrating. But we are away then at the Amex today, taking on Brighton, fresh off the back of that 5-1 win against West Ham, where we did kind of get our kind of like new look lineup together, and it was very, very exciting. It looked really fresh, it looked very invigorated, it looked good, and we've got a nice run until the kind of the hard run right at the end of the season here, where you've got Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. We've got to try and rack up as many points as we can until that point. Obviously, we're not in the best place right now, considering that we've lost 3 of our last 6. But we are still 8th. We're just outside the European places. I'm not worried about that, obviously. The most important thing is that we're 4 points away from the 40-point mark. If you'd given me that at the start of the season, I would have bitten your hand off. I'm hoping to maybe finish somewhere around here. Probably between 8th and 14th will do me absolutely fine. Yeah, really, really pleased with the way that things are going. If we can finish top half, it'll be an absolutely incredible season. And so this is the way that the team is looking then. Not quite the same team lined up against West Ham, but Woodman's in goal. Aït-Nouri, Gebby, Worrell and Soufal make up the back four. So it's the first time we play Gebby and Worrell together. Ampadu I don't think is quite ready yet to settle into the team. Samari and De Silva are making up a brilliant midfield partnership. They'll always be like that. Torres, who's not had a very good time, has played at 6.52 recently. He's out on the left. Then you got obviously Ampadu in the middle, Klozek's on the right. What I'm hoping to do is maybe bring on Loftus-Cheek and test Ampadu out on that left-hand side and see how he does there. And obviously Adam Eder is up front. He's had a brilliant run so far. He's got 6 goals in his last 5 games. So a man in form, it's safe to say. Can we do it today against Brighton? We've not been brilliant away from home recently. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going to get the number 8 shirt. You better believe he's going to be a big part of my team going forward over the next few years or so as we try to establish ourselves as a Premier League team. Let's see how we do. Brighton have lost 3 of the last 5 games. I expect us to pile on the misery today. Let's hope that that's the case. Get that faith out there. Get the attackers playing. Tunnel, strong favourites, obviously. Right, here we go. Oh my god. So I was literally just like disappearing into the void there. Right, let's see how this goes. I was disappearing into the void there. There'll probably be a little bit of stuff behind me on the green screen, but we'll just have to make do with it because I'm recording a little bit later than I normally would. We've already had the first shot of the game, which is good, but Brighton have got a free kick, and I'm never good at dealing with set pieces. My hair has completely disappeared. Right, the bandana's coming off. The good luck is already gone. Brighton are one that I hate playing Brighton. It's really not good from us here. This is probably like the second or third time I've been caught out. I mean, what are you doing there? Gebby, he's moving away from the ball. He's moving away from it, where if he just steps forward and clears it... Really, really poor start. Not good. 5 minutes in, we're down from their first shot on target. I mean, some things never change, at least. The important thing is that we've essentially done the hard work, okay? We are safe and everything, but it just feels like... you know what I'm like? I don't like losing at the best of times. Oh, this is a chance. Ampadu over a free kick. This is in. Ampadu... I mean, some things are just certain. Thiago Ampadu bangs in his 6th goal of the season. What a signing that young man has been from Wellmess for 7.5 million as Salah gives Liverpool the lead against Man United. Yes. Great finish by Thiago. Bends it in that top corner. Knew it was in the minute he hit it, or the minute he lined it up. Good man. Back on level terms. Yeah, he started the season on fire to Torres, and he's just sort of slipped out of it a little bit. I'm not playing him in his natural position down the left-hand side. It's not normally where he would be. I'm going to say I'm not happy with your performance out there. I mean, we're playing better, and I should have said, really, if we keep playing this way, we will win the game, because we will. But that's a bit disappointing. Vlad Fowler's injured, so he's going to come off. I'm going to bring on... Do I bring on Brandon Williams or Ross Mccrory? I'm going to bring on Ross Mccrory, so you guys get to have a little look at him and see what he's all about. I'm just not really getting the same purchase out of the team like I was before. My neck is disappearing. Worrell into Ampadu, back to Samara. Samara, it's so good to have him back after he was injured for a little bit. Ampadu on the ball, drifts forward, tries to find Torres, not the best ball in the world, and Johnson picks it up nicely. It's good patient build-up. Samara out to Mccrory. Let's see what you can do at right back, sir. Can you cross it? Probably not. Mccrory hits it miles over the bar. Miles over the bar. That's where you miss Sufau and his delivery. Torres has now the best game. He is going to come off. I'm going to move Ampadu out to that left-hand side, like I said before. And on comes Ruben Loftus-Cheek for his first appearance in a Brentford shirt. What have you got on the tank, sir? Lamptey drives forward, and we know how rapid he is. No one's going to catch him once he gets going. Great tackle by Ampadu. Does well because he's also on a yellow. Hits it up the line. Eder. Now, come on, mate. A bit of hold-up play, or is he going to skin him? No, it's terrible on every front. All Klozek wins the ball to Eder. Into Ruben. Loftus-Cheek. Hits it. Oof! What a way that would have been to mark your debut. Nearly a brilliant curler into the top corner. We've been all over them in terms of shots. We've really, really cranked it up a little bit. Not brilliant from Ruben there. Gets done. Dennis hits it forward into Tyreek Lamptey. He's the one giving me a bit of issues here down this right-hand side. A player I have been looking at, actually. I would like to sign Lamptey in this game because he's meant to be very, very good. Oh, there's an overlap on the right here. If Dennis picks out the right ball, he finds McAllister, and whenever he gets on the ball, stuff happens. Lamptey, oh, he's given the ball away. Loftus-Cheek hits it long, looking for Eder. It's a decent ball. Adam Eder skins one, drifts inside, hits it. Not your best effort. We're going to demand more from the boys. See what we can get. Can we eke anything out of these last few minutes? It doesn't look like it. It's going to be a 1-1 at the Amex. That really feels like a game we should have won. But 37 points from 21 games. If you'd offered me that at the start of the season, I would have bitten your hand off. Loftus-Cheek nearly put in an absolute beauty on his debut. Not bad. Did I forget the other player I've let go out on loan is Rico Henry? Don't worry, I'm not selling him. He's just been complaining about getting game time. And I want him to develop quicker. So what I've done is I've sent him out to Montpellier, who are paying his wages and stuff at the moment, just to see if I can kind of get him up to sort of top league speed. The Liga 1 is a pretty decent competition to be in. I'm keeping an eye on him, seeing how he's performing while he's out there. It's good. I want to keep him. Josh Da Silva's made the jump. Josh Da Silva's made the jump up. And Bueno, not quite yet, and neither is Rico Henry, but I really want to try and keep a bit of that Brentford feel about the save. Do you know what I mean? Because originally I was hoping to keep Ivan Toney, that didn't happen. It's a bit gutting. Where should we come back then? Let's come back for the away game at Everton and the home game against United. We've not played many big teams so far this season, so let's come back for, well, Everton aren't a big team, but we can play Man United and see how we get on there. I think that seems good, because hopefully by then we'll also have secured safety. And it'll be quite a quick season, I think, towards the end, because we're not going to qualify for Europe. We're not going to go down. It's just another season, really, in the Premier League. Our first season in the Premier League, we've done very, very well. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, please do drop a like on the video, share, subscribe, let me know what you think of my transfer window down in the comment section. I shall see you tomorrow for another episode of Brentford. Until then, take care of yourselves, everyone, and stay cool. Bye.